Internet, and happy 2018. I have to report that this year is already off to a really great start. I spent the evening last night with some of my closest friends. I've already been getting good news from people this morning, and it's just been good so far. So let's keep it up, shall we? I read 105 books last year, according to my Goodreads profile. I think I did a decent job in terms of exposing myself to a lot of different types of books, and so now I'm going to share my top 7 in no particular order from 2017. I am really late to the party, but I have finally jumped on the Frederick Bachman train, and I absolutely loved his book Beartown. That's the first book of his that I've ever read, and I ended up going down a wormhole. I really enjoyed A Man Called Ove. I think I fell completely in love with My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. But Beartown is his most recent release, and it's about a small town in Sweden. It's a really powerful story about how the struggle exists between idolizing athletes with the moral implications of everyday life and what everyone else is doing. So powerful. I've been recommending it to everyone, and I can't wait to continue reading his stuff. Another one I was really late to the party was the Shades of London series by V.E. Schwab. I read books 1 and 2 earlier in 2017. I'm halfway through the audiobook of book 3, and this fantasy world, it's rich, it's lush, the writing is lyrical and so well thought out and incredible. I would say if you are someone who loves fantasy and you haven't read this yet, you need to stop what you're doing and pick up this trilogy. I actually have a friend, I recommended it to her last week. She read book 1, which it's pretty hefty, in the course of 3 days. It's amazing, and I can't wait to continue reading Victoria's excellent repertoire. I'm sure I'm pretty basic in my next pick, but Turtles All the Way Down by John Green really hit me in a lot of ways. I think it shines an incredible light on mental health and mental illness and what it's like inside the head of people who suffer. And I think John Green does a great job of trying to explain how the best he can do is use metaphor, but metaphor saying like and as and similes, and words don't properly capture it, but the structure of this book does a really fantastic job. Also, it's a bit of a failed mystery in terms of the plot that lets you get into Aza's head and see what she is experiencing. As someone who has had my own challenges, this hit incredibly close to home, and I thought it was exceptionally well done. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas was a debut novel that came out in 2017 that completely knocked me off my feet, and it hit it out of the park. It's not only timely, but I think that Angie Thomas did a great job of showing the incredible nuance of these situations, of trying to show how nothing is clear cut, yet there are some things that are just so obviously right and obviously wrong, but there can still be a challenge in making those choices and how it impacts not just you, but everyone around you. And it's just beautiful, and I can't do that book justice. So read it. My student book club can't say enough great things about it. It's one of those that you just hand it to someone and you take it from there. It does all the work on its own. Moxie by Jennifer Matthew was a book that was so needed for me this year. Again, I can't think of a book that is so timely as this one in The Hate You Give. It is about girl power. It is about standing up for yourselves. It is about the silence breakers, who these girls, and how we need to educate our girls from a young age that you don't have to take it. Like some of these things that have unfortunately been exposed in American society in recent months, it's this terrible secret that so many of us keep, and we shouldn't have to. So this is about a girl inspired by her riot girl mother and her adolescence in the 1990s, and how she brings those lessons to modern day. I freaking loved this book. So those are just some of my thoughts about the many books I read in 2017. If there were any standouts for you, please tell me down in comments. All of my usual links are down below. Comments are always welcome, and that's it for me for now. Take care. Bye! I am currently reading Americana, and if you like what you've seen here today, please like and please subscribe for more.